Greetings, Soul Tribe. Welcome. Come on in the room. We have a lovely, lovely show scheduled for you this evening. And I'm so excited because we're going to talk about the luxury and jewelry of the gods. So come on in the room, family. We'll get started in just a few minutes. Let us know where you are and how you're doing this evening. Come on in the room. I see so many people coming in the room. Come on, family.
Shining wisdom's light, teaching soul tribe how to see through the night. Ancient scriptures and bloodlines she knows, spreading truth wherever she goes. Soul tribe rising, hear her call, raising vibrations for one and all. Dr. Kia shows the way to a brighter, freer day. Through her channel, knowledge flows, breaking chains that hold us.
Good evening. I see you. Come on in. And I see we have new members in the chat. Welcome. Come on in. We have a special show for tonight.
Guiding others to free themselves. Soul tribe rising, hear her call, raising vibrations for one and all. Dr. Kia shows the way to a brighter, freer day. From currencies to investments divine, she's helping her tribe to realign with wisdom, ancient and new, showing what we all can do. Soul tribe rising, hear her call, raising vibrations for one and all. Dr. Kia shows the way to a brighter, freer day. Soul tribe rising, hear her call, raising vibrations for one and all. Dr. Kia lights the way to a new and brighter day.
All right, Soul Tribe. Well, welcome. Come on in the room. It's so good to see everybody. We see people are coming in the chat. Please hit the like button on your way in. I see so many people. Come on in. Let's see who we have. Good evening. Good evening. Shannon's in the house. It's good to see you. Ocean View is in the house. Solo is here. Thank you for the jewels as well. Ocean View, come on in the room. I see Andrea and Sekhmet Fire Goddess in the house. Welcome also to our two new members. Kevin is here as well as Mayat. It's so good to see you. Come on in the room, family. Let us know where you're hailing from because we are going to talk about the jewels and luxury of the gods. Because gods And people that are emperors and empresses, kings and queens, they wear their intentions. They wear who they are because these precious jewels and stones resonate with our being. We use them for all type of high vibrational things. But before we get into it, I want to keep acknowledging you as you come into the room. So many people are coming in. Hey, 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 the herbal is good to see you as always. Glass Moon is in the house. Shout out also to Orisha Stone's tribe. I see you in the house as well. Thank you for joining us. Thank you also for High Priestess Mayat. She's in the room and her staff. So I'm glad to see you all. They'll be on our show on next Wednesday. So make sure you join us next Wednesday at about 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as we will be talking about womb abundance. We got so much going on for the Soul Tribe. So come on in the room, family. And just keep checking in. In a minute, I'm going to read the biography of this amazing guest that we've had on the show before. But let me make sure everybody's here. I see Rumble here. Facebook is here, Instagram. Who else? LinkedIn is in the house. Is Twitter in the house? Let us know who you are, where you're hailing from. It's so good to see everybody. Come on in the room. So we have someone that actually Chief Rod Hayes introduced me to. He is an amazing gentleman who creates artifacts, jewels, and stones. But before I bring him on, let me tell you a little bit about him. Brother Nabi is a mineral alchemist. He was born on a small island in the Philippines, actually. His mom, an indigenous American military veteran, is originally from Orlando, Florida. She had joined and served her country since she was 18 years old. Hailing from Mississippi, but now residing in Florida, Brother Nabi, whom we call Orisha Stone, learned a lot from his mother, who studied and collected ancient artifacts, gold pieces, stones, and foreign currencies. She did all of this from her global travels while she was in the military, mind you. Originally on the track to join the military himself, Brother Nabi changed the course of his career by deciding instead to become a chef. Left in the shrouds of his mother's transition after discovering the government had stolen everything from him and his family, all of his inheritance, Brother Nabi embarked upon his own amazing spiritual journey. And this led him to meet several spiritual women and oracles who gave him readings that helped him to uncover spiritual truths that were embedded within him. Talk about the power of the matriarchy. Brother Nabi started selling his jewelry as a street vendor, actually, where he met Chief Rod Hayes, also known as Chief Pontiac. And this gentleman inspired him to take his street business to social media, which he eventually did, and that led him to being discovered by the owner of a company called the Bronze Kingdom. This company was about to close shop when Brother Nabi met up with this gentleman. He was excited about an opportunity to help revamp the business and the image of the fledgling place. So this, he said, had tremendous potential, and he knew he could do what it took to help this gentleman of this fledgling business actually come back to life. So he negotiated with the businessman and became the art curator and researcher of the place. Happy to now be using his amazing talents with the Bronze Kingdom, the largest African bronze museum in Northern America, using his gifts and talents, Brother Nabi asked only for artifacts as payment, no money. Simultaneously, he did community work where he mentored young adults and adults alike. He was teaching them a mineral alchemy and the importance of ancient artifacts, precious metals, stones, and antiquities. Over time, his influence and knowledge grew by leaps and bounds, and eventually his love for precious jewels and stones led him into a mineral store and some other places in Orlando, Florida, where he met his lovely wife. Talk about divine timing. In love and moving in his purpose, he and his wife decided to relocate from Orlando to Tallahassee, where they now live. And this is where she and her family actually had land. With his wife by his side, Brother Nabi took his knowledge and combined it with her gifts and expanded their business, which became known as Orisha Stone. Today, Brother Nabi and his wife and children now live in Tallahassee, Florida, building legacy for their family while also teaching humanity the importance of metaphysics and metaphysical properties of precious metals, jewels, and stones. Family, please help me to introduce to some and present to other this amazing jeweler who created my piece that we'll talk about later and some of my other precious stones and metals, Brother Nabi, also known as Orisha Stone. Welcome, King.
Peace and blessing from 113 of Rooster Stone. Thank you guys for that amazing intro. You made that sound so beautiful.
You're welcome. You're
How
welcome.
you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. I love when you blow the smoke. What does that represent?
One, just dismantling like negative energy. We get all the negative energy I grew up in Mississippi, and they blow smoke to cleanse out your house. We cleansing
Mm.
out the house. We want to get focused. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yes,
I
ma'am.
love that. That's a nice way to introduce this show for today. Before we get started, I just want to show off, okay? Pop off, show off this beautiful piece that you created for me.
I
And you
see.
didn't even know me. You didn't even, you just, I guess the gods, or maybe it was just something you were inspired, but you made this beautiful piece here with the, who is this?
Uh,
Nefertari?
Yeah, they say Nefertari, but it just represents the melanated queen because there's so many queens known and unknown, but it represents divine feminine power. That's what it
Love it.
represents. Of course, it's at the pyramid, so it's at 90-degree angles for each side of the pyramid. It's what I think it was 24 karat gold on top of copper.
Yes, 24 karat
Um,
gold
yeah,
copper.
so it's healing properties all within it, and then it's artwork to it because that's what the metals are for: gold, silver, copper, and then you have Egyptian turquoise in it as well.
And
There's a stone
citrine.
on it. Yes, ma'am.
Mm,
Yeah,
mm.
that's turquoise on there, turquoise, citrine. So it's
Yes.
abundance, it's prosperity, it's
Mm.
it's drawing good luck and things of that nature.
People may not believe it, but when I wear this, and I love wearing gold, but when I wear this piece, it really attracts people who want to give. I don't know what it is about this piece that caused people to want to open doors, give offerings. I've even had people to come to me and actually bow, and that's amazing. Like, and I'm talking about opening doors and just like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for coming in the store, or you look so amazing. What is it about this piece that caused people to bow in reverence?
Well, all the piece does is magnify who you are.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? So whatever you are is magnifying. The copper conducts energy. It's conducting your energy. So what
mm,
is it about you that now they can see it? You see what I'm saying? Now the stones do what they're supposed to do. The turquoise is tranquility. The
mm.
turquoise is royalty. That gold piece is already, like I say, it represents divine feminine energy. So everybody knows that the matriarchs are now back in power. So they might just recognize it. Like when I watch your show and I listen to your message and everything, I can
Yes.
acknowledge the matriarch in you. So that's probably what they're seeing as well.
Wow. Wow. And I read in the comments and somebody said they know that our women are the original Sibyls. Wow.
That exactly,
Someone else
exactly.
said this piece is amazing. And by the way, Orisha Stone actually creates pieces just for you. So if you want something that resonates with who you are or your intentions or maybe your life path number or your zodiac sign, he can create something just for you, tailor made to fit you and who you are.
I
All
said
right.
so.
All right. So let's get right into the show. Your motto is wear your intentions. What is that?
Well, one, when you say where your intentions, I mean, of course, we talk about the jury, but every stone is intentional. Every stone
Mm,
has a purpose. Like I said, you have Egyptian. Well, the way I say Egyptian turquoise, it has Persian turquoise on there. And we talk
okay.
about Persian turquoise. The reason I did that for you because you always talk about Iran and foreign currencies and everything else. That was a foreign currency of ancient Iran, or what they call Persian
Mm,
turquoise.
okay.
So where your intentions is, what does that turquoise represent? What does it mean? What does it represent? So you're
Mm,
wearing the intention of tranquility, heaven,
mm,
divine right, royalty. That's the intentions you're wearing right now.
Okay. Wow.
It magnifies the energy. That's not something I created. That's something that the ancient tablets have already said that stone represents. So copper, what are you wearing right now? You're wearing something that conducts energy, eats up
Mm,
bacteria and viruses, protects your energy field. That's copper. You're wearing
that's
your intentions.
mm,
So Dr. Deborah Blair, I always quote him. Dr. Deborah Blair always says we were supposed to hide our technology as jewelry, wear our technology as jewelry, and it's always been like that. This is our culture. So yeah,
and
that's pretty much what it is. Yes, ma'am.
it resonates with my name. Kia means king.
I say, and like I say, that's a matriarch line. That
Mm,
goddess is of a matriarch line. Whatever name they want to put on it, that's a goddess from the matriarch line. So it represents that matriarch energy.
wow, wow.
Yes, ma'am.
So I wanted to ask you, why did the pharaohs, kings, queens, empresses here on these indigenous lands wear artifacts and pieces of stones and gold? What was that about? Like, were we trying to show off, or I mean, what was this about?
Man, it would be different if we said we're trying to show off if anybody else had it the way they had it. Nobody else had it the way they had it. They're using it as technology. Remember, we're the people of the sun. We're the tears of the sun. So when you're going out and you're doing all these rituals under the sun, you're wearing different things where you can reflect back to the sun because they're communicating back and forth to the sun. So what is the shiniest metal? Gold, silver are the most reflective metals. And if you move, if you're dancing with these metals on, if you're meditating it's almost like Morse code. You're
Mm,
communicating back and forth with light beings. Those light
wow.
beings are we could call them angelic beings, uh, higher beings than what we know of now, but you're communicating back and forth. Those beings came down with the technology. They've told you what these stones were. They talk about these same stones in the Bible. They say these same stones are in heaven. So we're looking at the spectrum of light, to be honest with you, and the reflections of light and things of that nature. Not to mention, going back to it, what does silver do? What does copper do? Silver and copper, because a lot of times we're looking at their pieces and thinking it's gold, but it's really copper.
Mm-hmm.
So what do those pieces represent? Those pieces represent one, silver eats up bacteria, viruses, just like copper. But don't they always say that silver also reflects off negative energy? It
Yes.
also it also runs off evil spirits, vampire spirits,
Mhm.
werewolf spirits. We might think it's funny now, but think about this. Energy vampires, it runs off energy vampire spirits. A lot of negative energies can't be around silver. So silver is in a metaphysical aspect, that's already powerful within itself. Gold represents immortality, and people drink gold, eat gold.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, eat gold, drink gold, silver as well. For their overall health. So it's wearing it, it's living it. They were living what they wanted to be. You can't walk around a certain type of way when you got that piece on. You gotta walk like you royalty. You have to. You know what I'm saying? If you bouncing around, everything else is gonna fall off. So you want to walk your purpose. It makes you walk your purpose. You're wearing your intentions.
Wow. Wow.
Yes, ma'am.
It makes me think about how the young men used to wear gold grills, and our young men loved wearing all these gold chains. I think that was like ancestral memory. Like they just knew this is what they were supposed to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's not even a new thing. That's something. The reason we're doing is because we've seen the glyphs with what our people already on there doing it. The ancient Mayans, the ancient Olmec all had grills and stones in their teeth. The ancient
No, I
Egyptians,
didn't.
some of them had stone. Well, some of them have like silver. Believe it or not, silver is more expensive over there in ancient Egypt than gold was at one point in time. So you see
Mm,
high priests with silver in their mouth. So
wow.
everything's just vice versa. We're thinking they made us feel bad about it, but that when they say we don't have a culture, especially when you talk about Americans don't have a culture, that's our culture. Jewelry is our culture because it
Mm,
represents who we are. These are intergalactic passports. And anywhere you go in the world, if you have beads, it represents who you are, where you're from. I'm talking about real beads. I ain't talking about the plastic. I'm
okay.
talking about when you look at African tribes, they trade beads off when the daughter gets married. She gets all these different beads from a different tribe, so they know not to touch her. They know where she's from. They know where she's allowed. They know to help her. They know who she belongs to.
Wow.
So they're intergalactic passports. They always call them passports. When you look at the pendants and things of that nature, you know what I'm saying. So and the technology part is just when you put more attention to it. But yeah,
Mm.
each one of them. Even when you look at the Tuareg, they live by. Are you familiar with the Tuareg?
No, never heard of Torre.
It's an African like a Moorish African tribe, North Africa, and they wear these elaborate bronze pendants. But it's
No.
called it is cast in all sorts of different designs, like in dinkers and things of that nature.
Wow. I know a gentleman who talks about silver. His name is Bix Weir on YouTube, He said that there are, and I know you know this, in the Grand Canyon, there are tombs filled with mummies, and the mummies have jewels with gold, silver, copper, and stones on them. Why did our ancestors actually put the jewels in the tombs with them when they were buried?
I say that's a great question. One, rites of passage, ritual work. We
Okay.
forgot our culture, and we forgot that we have birth doulas. We have doulas, right? Birth doulas, and we also have death
Right.
doulas. And in death doulas, if you believe in all these different aspects of earth, heaven, and hell, if you look
Hmm.
at them, they would put their ancestors with lapis lazuli, because lapis lazuli is the stone of heaven. So of course you can't, no evil entity can be around you with lapis lazuli. They'll put
Okay.
jade in there because jade represents immortality. Jade
Okay.
represents a new growth, because one day you'll be reborn again like jade. You know how jade is real
Mhm.
green. It always represents that spring energy, rebirth. Um, Other stones would be like jet, things that protect you in the spirit realm, because it's all about you stay in the spirit realm more than this material realm anyway. So things like obsidian. If you know
Okay.
that evil spirits are scared of obsidian, then we wouldn't put. He's going to the spirit realm, place his
Mm.
body and soul around a bunch of obsidian, or give him a obsidian dagger, or things of that nature. If you look at King Tut, he had meteorites on his chest plate, things of that nature. So all
Okay.
those different stones, like I said, when you're wearing your intentions, that's in this life and the next. Even
Mm.
when you're born, you're supposed to give the baby a piece of turquoise and amethyst. Those are supposed to be
Mhm.
the first stones. So
We
there's
need
all sorts of rituals that you
we
do.
need you. We need you to teach us this, to remind us. I'm so glad we're having this conversation. Somebody's saying this is a great show. I agree. I never knew this.
Yes,
It,
man.
it is.
Especially the power of the matriarch. If y'all tap
Yes.
into Carnelian, you can do all sorts of rituals by whispering your wishes on top of the Carnelian onto whoever. So let's just say somebody's about to pass away, and we don't want to have those uncomfortable conversations. You take certain stones and whisper on them, and that says that now that this Carnelian's with this person, the mother of a set will guide them through the next life. There's certain stones that, like hematite. Hematite helps you balance out, or trade sins out. Anybody that's ever stolen something from you or did anything to you,
Mhm.
they take on some of those sins. So that takes some of the sins off your scale. I know, but this is ancient Kemetic. These are ancient, all sorts of ancient different things that are in the tablets of the Book of Life. They say the Book of Death, but that's kind of mislead translated. But there's a lot of different stone tablets that talk about stone rituals and things of that nature. But Carnelian is most definitely a powerful one. If you're a death doula, if you know that you got an elder that's about to pass away, get them
Mhm.
some amethyst, get them some lapis lazuli, get them some obsidian, get them some red jasper, things of those natures. Not no expensive stones, just stones that mean something to them in the spiritual realm. Get them some
Mhm.
selenite. If the
Mhm.
selenite, if they in the darkness and they got all these different stones, imagine being in the triple darkness, and you don't know what's going on in these realms. You know what I'm saying?
You
But you got a
don't.
piece of selenite that shines light in spiritual realms. And when you're in that light, you run away evil forces and evil entities. Especially with, if you want to talk about it, stop burying your
Mhm.
people in everybody's graveyard.
Woo!
If we're going to talk about the ritual of it, because you would do those stones because you might be buried somewhere and you need to protect your energy from other people screaming, because they might be getting tormented. He might be
Mhm.
getting tormented because you don't know who's next to you. You don't know what kind of people are around you. You don't know what kind of spirits are around you. So one, start is going, like I said, these are uncomfortable conversations sometimes, but start burying your people on your own land. That also
Mhm.
protects your land. That's something you can look into, and that's a ritual within itself. Also, put a tree on top of that person. So
Look,
whatever
I'm
your spirit
taking
tree
notes. I'm
is,
serious.
you so funny. Whatever your spirit tree is, your family tree is. When they say family tree, it went over a lot of people's head. Every family has their own tree. Mine's the palm tree. So when I
Mm.
pass, I want a palm tree put on me. So that means I'm always gonna be reborn in my bloodline. The reason they came down here in Florida, chopped all the trees down, because now everybody's being born out of. It's a lot of rituals that's going on, but they knew we were connected with the trees. So anywhere, one, if you can't bury your people on your own land, on your own, you know what I'm saying, situation, away from other people, and you know they're gonna be in the graveyard with other spirits, put certain stones around you so you protect them and yourself from other spirits. If that makes sense.
This conversation actually makes it a little more comfortable for me to think about transitioning, because I'm thinking I'm going into another realm. The energy of the artifacts and the jewels, they're going to protect me. My family's intentional about making sure I'm buried or laid to rest with family treasures. Like that actually makes me feel a little more comfort. I wish we did have these conversations, you know? And I wanted to ask you, didn't we used to have our own land and bury our own people in our land?
They know that if you do that, then they can't take your land. I don't know all the law words for it, but that's why we tap in with Chief Mackey and I am sick and people of that nature. I think it's probate. There's different things and different laws. But if you
Mm.
bury some, let's say your mama passed and you bury in your backyard, they can't never touch that land. I don't even think they can tax you on that land.
What?
If you own your land right now, and Lord forbid something was to happen to you, your children bury you in the backyard, that's your land forever. They can't dig you up or anything like that. That's your land forever. You see what I'm saying? But look into the laws of it, learn the legal just words for it. I'm just telling you the ritual aspect of it. So I'm not the lawyer.
But no, people are saying this is so true. They say you don't pay taxes. This is new information for me. So, when I think about passing, and I wasn't even thinking we were going to take the conversation in this direction, but as I get older, I'm ready to have these conversations. Um, the people in power, or these people that own funeral homes, I've noticed that a lot of them are Masons, they're pastors, they're part of secret society. I noticed this because my sons are musicians, right? So they play in churches. And I'm wondering why the Masons have these funeral homes and churches, and they get all the money from the Black community, from every community, to do the services, to take them to certain burial grounds. It's almost like there was a conspiracy to take away our money, our wealth, our bodies, our family artifacts. Is
And
that
the
right?
ritual, look, there's only so much we can speak on it because it can get lost in translation a lot. But
Okay.
let's go to the ritual aspect of it. You said the
Okay.
Masons are running the funeral homes, and we just talked about the rituals in it. And then we talk about all these fraternities and skull and bones and everything else. What do you wait? We just said skull and bones. We just talking about a morgue and all these. So they're doing rituals with a lot of these different things too. That's neither here nor there. That's a deep chapter you can get into. But also, like you said, some of these so-called dirty Moors and Masons are designed to keep us in the dark and keep us away from our land. So it's material part aspect of it and it's a spiritual aspect of it.
Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, I'm going to do some legal work, some research into that, because I honestly don't want to be buried in nobody's cemetery. I want to be buried at home. I feel like I'll be connected to the land where my
That
family
part.
lives. Okay.
You got a
Okay.
tree, and that's your backyard. You got a tree that you probably talk to all the time. You probably go over there, touch your tree, you probably hug your tree, you probably communicate with your tree. Um, I guess we can get into it. One of the
Yeah.
goddesses just was on the show yesterday, as a matter of fact, and she's
Okay.
saying that if you minstrel to the tree, put your menstrual blood
Mm.
down into the tree, into your land.
Oh,
Let the land know
wow.
who you are. These are rituals that we forgot about. This is ancient matriarch magic. That's why I said I don't want to speak on it. There's matriarch goddesses and priests that can speak on it, that they can break it down even better. But I'm just telling
Okay.
you that that's something y'all should look into because
Yes.
yeah, like just like you said, especially if you get buried up under your family tree, there's a cycle that you start with. It's a spirituals that you fixing something, re-engineering what they destroyed. If
Mm,
that makes
mm.
sense. The
Yes.
K-pop tree is
Yes.
the perfect example of that. Have you ever heard of the K-pop tree?
No. No.
Um, well, you're in Jacksonville. The further
Yes.
south we go in Florida, like in Orlando, Miami, you're gonna see a K-pop tree. There's different names for it
Okay.
in different languages, but the
Yes.
K-pop tree is an ancient ancestor tree, just like the pine is, the oak is. You know, the oak reaches up to earth, heaven, and hell. So you can do a lot of rituals with the oak tree, but that tree right there is an ancestor tree. You can give it offerings and it grant wishes. It's a very very powerful tree. There are a
Mm.
couple of them in Miami, but they're mostly in South America and Africa and India.
What
So
what what are the trees? Some people say they're petrified beings. Some people say they're sentient. Are trees living, sentient, breathing? You know,
guys,
um,
anything that's been on this earth that breathes air and drinks water, and has been here for that tree's probably what 100 some odd years old. How old did
yes,
they tell you that tree in your backyard is?
uh, several hundred, but I don't know how many.
You see what I'm saying? When you get your land, look into all that too, because when you start talking about the mineral rights, neither here nor there about that part, but you start talking about the mineral rights, you might have mineral rights to your land because you got these certain kind of trees that grow. And not to say we're gonna pimp the trees out, but
Yeah.
every tree has a different purpose. You got some trees that keep animals and different bugs and stuff away. You got pine trees, Christmas time, they always
Mm.
want certain kind of there's all sorts of different kind of trees you can get into when you learn your mineral rights. So
Mm,
yeah, no, the tree thing is most definitely powerful. We talk about a mycelium network. We're talking about the roots of the trees. The trees
mm,
communicate. That's why we say go talk to the tree, go hug the tree, get to know the tree. The trees most
mm,
definitely communicate. They've been around for hundreds of years. They probably watched you when you were born. They saw
mm,
when your grandma was born. They saw the whole cycle. That's the ritual of getting back in communication with the trees.
mm.
So yes, ma'am.
I have a daughter that talks to trees, and when she walks past certain trees, they actually wave toward her, and it's amazing. Whenever she walks by, other people can walk by, they'll just stand still, but they'll start to move a certain way when she walks past.
I say
Mm.
no,
People
don't
are
fast
asking,
forward past that. Pay attention to that because she might be an airbender or earthbender, anything like that. We can
oh
start talking
wow.
about these things now, but the frequency of the earth is not like you're controlling it. I messed around and did something one time and the rain stopped and I said, I control the rain and it's poured down on me. She let me know you don't control nothing. We work together, you know what I'm saying? So you're in frequency of the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Trees, they go on a certain hertz, and she might be on the same frequency. You'd have to look at it to be like I would want to say 928 frequency, but it might be something else. But they might be on the same exact frequency.
That's
You
amazing.
know what I'm saying? If you
Yeah.
ain't got all that extra baggage that the world put on you and you in your natural state, you
Mm,
wild, the animals will start coming to you and bowing down to you and everything else. You'd be surprised.
mm, mm. I love this. I love this. So now, go ahead. Were you going to say something?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Somebody just asked me, and I'm going to get into the next question. Where can they find jewelry? You wanted the link to the jewelry family. Here it is. You can go to, you can either email him at orishastone.shop@gmail.com, or you can go to this website. I'm going to bring up Melanated Immortals website. So grateful that Orisha Stone introduced me to Melanated Immortal. She does phenomenal work. The two of them together are just amazing.
I see.
Ashe. Can't wait to work more closely with them. So let me see if I can find Melanated. Here it is. I'm gonna put this I'm gonna put this in the chat for you. As soon as you go to melanatedimmortals.com, this pops up. The website with some of his stones and jewelry. And now, oh well, that's those are already curated. Those are stones that are made, but what if they wanted it just for them, custom made? They
Well,
need
just
to
like you said,
contact
they can email me and we'll talk. We'll talk about the synergy stones because all stones aren't for everybody. We got
you.
to
Okay.
understand that aspect of it too. You
Mm,
might call me and say, "Yo, I want this. I want." I'm gonna ask you. First thing I'm gonna ask you is, "What do you want to manifest? What are we trying to manifest here?" You know what I'm
okay.
saying? Everything else is just the secondary. The stone's gonna do what the stone's gonna do. We just put our art to it, make it look good. That's
Mm,
it. But we got to know the chemistry of the stones and figure out is this good for you or is it not good for you. Everybody's not made for rubies. Everybody's not made for sapphires. So you got
mm,
to figure out exactly which stone is for you.
mm.
Hypothetically, if you came to me and you wanted a piece, what are you trying to manifest, guys? What do you want to do? What do you want to accomplish from this piece?
The next piece that you're gonna make, you
No,
talking to
I'm just
me?
saying, like hypothetically, if you were a customer and said, "Hey, I want to get a piece from you," I'm gonna say, well, what do you want to manifest? You want
Oh, okay.
protection? Like, there's
Mhm.
nothing new under the sun. Do you want
Okay.
protection? Do you want prosperity? Or do you want to work on your business? Do you want to work on love? Everybody wants the same thing overall, unless you're just super crazy and I want the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? No, everybody else wants love, peace, prosperity, protection,
Health, health,
good
good
health.
health.
Exactly. Don't
Yep.
forget that. You know what I'm saying? So if you were to say something like that, we would go something with jade. Jade is a
Mm,
great one. And we do different kind of penance. If you want something where you get rapid manifestation, but it's a statement piece, you want a little statement piece, we'll do something like
oh
this.
my God. Oh my
And that's
God.
carnelian, it's quartz, mostly quartz on here because smoky quartz is quartz, citrine is quartz,
Okay.
carnelian, quartz, and I've got a little piece of moldavite on there too. So now this
Wow.
is on bronze. Now we can put this on a chain. Let's just say you want it, you can get it on beads, but let's just say you work in the field. You're an everyday person, you work at a job, there's negative energies at your job, and you gotta hide your technology. Sometimes you can't wear the big beads. Sometimes when I used to wear my beads to work, and the
Yes.
energy just be so crazy and people do so much hating energy, your
Mm,
beads will pop. And they always tell you, if your beads ever pop, what does that mean? That means that it took a hit for you. It did what it was supposed to do. It protected you. But what if
what?
we now, when we understand that, why don't we reinforce our technology?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
if I'm going to ceremony, If I'm going somewhere where I can be at peace or ceremony, I'm wearing my beads. But if I'm going to the battlefield, if I'm going outside behind enemy lines, we're wearing. You can wear the silver chains. Let me see something for you. We're not trying to go heavy. We're trying to go lighter.
That's
This is
beautiful.
amber, silver, and amber. Still has the same properties, same energy, but we're not trying to go bigger. People need to start going smaller, lighter. You want to go lighter energy. Everything's supposed to be going lighter in all aspects of the word. This is actually a Vajra, and a
That's
Vajra is a
resonating. Oh
yeah, a
my,
Vajra is a spiritual tool. So that's a
wow.
Vajra on top of it's a special kind of Congo amethyst. I can't remember the exact name of it, but that's a
Okay.
dope. Now, of course, what this amethyst represents:
Yes.
crown chakra, third eye chakra, protection,
Mm,
spirituality, speaking to the ancestors. Now, what does the Vajra represent? The Vajra is the indestructible diamond. This is an ancient Naga tool that you can look up. This is something I'm creating. Remember, this is something that you can always look up. The Vajra is an interdimensional tool that when you're doing spirit work, remember you have this amethyst represents the third eye chakra. That means you can see in spirit world. Now,
mm,
when you're dealing with spirits, let's just say you're at the graveyard. You did whatever. Now, when you go talk to grandma, when you're doing your ancestor work, when you go talk to grandpapa and grandma, you don't want just any spirit to pop on you. You want to
mm,
you want to make sure you're on a direct line with your ancestor, right? Get
right.
you a Vajra because most spirits are scared of Vajras. They're not gonna pop up on there and risk their destruction playing games. Only thing that can come to you is what's summoned to you.
Mm,
So it's you know what I'm
okay.
saying. This is a small piece.
Now, do you wear
Um,
that as a pendant, like on, do you pin it to
yeah, I
you?
mean, you can put it on a pendant. Like I said, we can beat it, or we can wear it. Like this is my Moldavite and rutilated tourmaline. It has
Wow.
green chrome dioxide and
Mm,
peridot on it so to keep your heart clean. You got to always work on your heart chakra. So Moldavite, most people, that's how I kind of got this first piece of Moldavite, how my business started. Because when I got it, I was going through an emotional thing. So they said, yo, this might be able to help you. And
mm,
I got it. And it kept on slipping out of his cage. I don't know how it did. It just slipped on the cage and it'd be on the ground, but it didn't crack. So I said,
mm,
man, it cost too much money to lose it. So I
mhm,
created something to make sure it stayed with me. And people were like,
mm.
yo, can I get one? And it started to reach the stone. And there where it is. So, but
Wow.
it's also investments because the rarer the stone, the higher the quality, the market value goes. And we have to start paying attention to that aspect of it too. When they're talking about bricks, these people ain't over here killing these kids and men, women, and children and doing all these different things for nothing. They got these kids in the Congo right now digging up cobalt. You know
Yep.
what cobalt is? That's what's in that's what's in each one of these cell phones,
Just
smart
like my.
TV. If you got smart anything, them kids probably dug it out. There's
Mm,
all sorts of stones that not only conduct energy but produce energy that we have to start tapping into and understanding what's really going on. If that makes sense.
it
So
does.
yes,
It
ma'am.
does. Here's a question for you, Arisha. Do crystals and stones react to people differently based on
Yes.
their genetics?
Yes, I
Mm,
most definitely will say a lot of stones are melanin activated. Number one, that's why when a lot of people conquer or colonize and they take it from you, they don't wear it. They put it underground. They put it in a safe. They want to keep it away from the sun. Their main objective is not to let it shine. Remember, gold and silver is still growing too. It's an orb. It comes from the earth. It's the orb. It grows. Most stones are breathing. They're essentially they've grown for millions of years. So the name of the game is to take the gold and silver and hide it in safes and everything else and keep. Now, what do we do when we get our sacred adornments? We go out in the sun. We want to shine. We want to, and what does that do? It raises the frequency, the vibration of everything around you. It makes if more of us wore gold and silver like we used to, the trees would go greener. The trees would be more happy. The crops would grow more. Remember, you were talking about Egypt and why the Egyptians were doing certain things, right? Where they're in a certain kind of lane where at a certain point in time, they couldn't grow anything unless they had kind of like sun disk. That's what they call
mhm,
sundials.
mhm,
That
mhm.
would be kind of like a greenhouse effect where it could get sun to their gardens.
Wow.
So we understand the power of that. Um, and what was the initial question, guys?
They were just asking, do stones like vibrate according to certain people's
Oh
genetics?
yes, yes. So we could get really deep into that, but it's so many different avenues. It's a puzzle. There's so many different avenues you can do into there. But let's just say certain stones help you with your body in general. If you have kidney problems, you should tap into jade. If you're a student or you need to learn or remember anything, you should tap into fluorite.
Mm,
The emerald is a healing stone. Shungite is a mineral, and and this is all scientifically proven. This isn't something I'm making up. You look up shungite. How many minerals is in shungite where you put shungite in your water and purify yourself, even curing for entertainment purposes only. They can even cure cancer and all these different
Mm.
things. But living in life in general, all these frequencies, why like once you live around these frequencies, certain energies, certain parasites can't even stay in your body, if that makes sense. So being high vibrational is a real thing. It's not just a cliche.
Mm. Mm. Wow, this is beautiful. Somebody said, help to revive our ancestors' reputation
Brother
by
Wale,
imitating.
shout out Brother Wale.
By what you said, by imitating their commitment to truth. Teach your children to do the same. Speak truth always. Thank you, Brother Wale. Thank you. Wow. Wow. This is this is awesome. I agree. This is a great show already. Peace to the gods. You said a lot of these stones are melanin activated. Whoa. Ooh. Is that a tiger?
Jaguar,
Jaguar? Jaguar. Ooh.
and that's
Wow.
on silver. We can do this all night. Look, when it
Come
comes to
on.
look, I come to your page. I gotta bring the luxury edition.
Bring it.
You were about to ask me something. I'm sorry.
Man, what was I going to ask you about these? Oh, you were saying they're melanin activated. Yes, that these jewels and stones, they I guess they resonate with our melanin. And another thing you said about is that they we can power them in the sun.
Yes, ma'am.
I remember when my grandson, he just turned 9, he collects crystals and he puts them in the sun and he says he's activating them. What are you activating them for or to do?
Well, one, everything is based on your intentions. We just said light. It always when it comes to crystals, it's always gonna go to light and angels and angles. It's all the same thing. So
Okay.
if you're looking at quartz, which is carbon based, now we were talking about how certain stones are melanin activated. Well,
Mm-hmm.
what is shungite? One of the most powerful stones there is, but it's just a little black cube, sometimes a little dusty black cube, right?
Uh-huh.
It's pure carbon. So tell him to look up carbon. And why
Okay.
is it even the carbon's extreme left is pure black, but carbon's extreme right is pure quartz.
Mm. Okay.
So when you're putting your stones out there, quartz is already a computer. It's a computer. It's not even a solid. If you This isn't what I'm just saying. It's a science. It's a lot of molecules moving at a rapid pace to where it seems like it's a solid, but it's not even really a solid. You get
Mm.
information through the sun. That's why we sun gaze. When the sun comes up, you're supposed to go out and look at the sun and everything else. But if you got your crystals out there, it's getting information that we might not be able to translate down into our minds. But then you get something like this, and you put this out there, and
Oh
it's
my God.
download this information, and now it might be able to translate this information from the sun hitting to this into me,
Wow.
especially amethyst. If you're
Okay.
sun gazing, take your piece of amethyst and put it on your third eye and close your eyes and let the sun translate the information that's trying to download into you. When we talk about downloads and all this information that's sending to us, sometimes we think we understand what they're saying and don't understand. So
Mm.
let them download this information through your third eye so you can see it a little bit better and break and understand a little bit better. So yeah,
Oh,
he's most definitely your young guy most definitely is on it. Tell him to start studying carbon and
okay.
melanin, the power of carbon and melanin, the connection of carbon and melanin.
Okay. Wow. My theory is all this information you're sharing is the real reason they call it precious metals and stones. I don't think it's just about, silver and gold were once money. These things were really activating something within us.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
that's probably why they stole it, where they took stuff from us,
You, you,
because
you ever heard of Benin?
Benin, the country?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes. In
Well,
West Africa.
Benin had a bunch of artifacts. They didn't
Okay.
come down there for nothing besides they said, look, the only way we can beat these people is if we destroy their statues and things their energy tools. So
Mm,
they came down here and they sold all sorts of energy tools. Now that's one example, but they've used that same prototype on all the indigenous people. If you look at the Mesoamerican people, if they caught you wearing jade after the colonizer came over, if they
mhm.
caught you wearing jade, they would kill you or cut your tongue out. I'm talking about melanated women. If they caught you wearing jade because they knew the power that jade activated our women to, they would cut your tongue off or mutilate people. Now, how many times did you do that before our people was like, yo, forget that jade is not that serious? You know
Mm-hmm.
what? The stone is the devil, not the person that was beating us and cutting on us and doing all. The stone is the devil now. What
Mm-hmm.
God made is God made that, but that must be that was bad because that's what's getting us killed. When they came over here and they wanted the gold and all these different things, we didn't care about gold like that. We cared about our precious stones. And when they said gold, they were like, "Oh, they're trying to take our corn." So a lot of these different things have different purposes. We use gold. Gold is something that you're doing for your ancestors. That's spirit work. Remember, they were giving their gold to the ancestors. They were throwing it in rivers. They were doing when they're doing this ceremony. This is only for the ancestors and the spirit guides. So when they come over to take it from you, they came to take your power. The first thing they came over here to take was your stones, your rights to these earth minerals that we want to ignore it now because we've been trained to ignore it. But what's the first thing? They haven't ignored it, never did ignore it, and still not ignoring it. What is BRICS about? You are the one that know. You deal with these people firsthand. BRICS is about rare earth minerals. They just say, I guess they say those are big words, and it goes over a lot of people's head. Those are the same thing we were just talking about: turquoise, moldavite, tourmaline, shungite. Wait a minute, where did the war in Ukraine and Ukraine and Russia started about minerals? They didn't want the U.S. to sign with NATO. I mean, Ukraine to sign with NATO because that would give the U.S. access to that black pyramid, that shungite pyramid in Ukraine right now. Where does moldavite come from? That same region. So if you understand the properties of shungite and moldavite, they have $1 million trillion industry within itself, but it's a rare commodity. So they got to learn how to, before they sell it all off, they got to figure out how to monetize off of it. Especially when they realize that you can run your car off of shungite. You can manifest with moldavite. You can do there's so many different things you can do with all these different stones.
You were talking about rare earth minerals. I wanted to show you something. This is an article I stumbled upon, or maybe the ancestors wanted me to see this a few years ago. 2.34 billion metric tons of rare earth minerals, rare earth bearing minerals, were discovered at the Halleck Creek project near Wheatland, Wyoming. And they said this 2.34 billion metric tons actually placed America as being number one, having the most amount of rare earth minerals. And they said we were not, because China had said that they were number one. But now with this so-called discovery, America has the most amount of rare earth minerals. Why does America have the most amount of rare earth minerals, Orisha?
One, because they don't tell everybody what they got. As soon as Africa find out about their gold mines, they tell everybody, and everybody come down there and come get it. What we got over here, when you said Wyoming, there's a TV show. They canceled it. It was a great show. They canceled it on purpose. It's called Out of Range. Now, when we say rare earth minerals, what's rare about them and what do they do? Always ask yourself, what do these rare earth minerals do? There's a mineral that they've discovered that can help them. They don't need the CERN machine no more. We have a rare earth mineral right now that can help you go back in time.
Whoa.
Don't take my word for anything. Everything is entertainment purposes only. But when you're into certain, when you say Wyoming, that kind of, you know what I'm saying, red, they have portals on their land where it's a certain mineral. Now think about this. We might think that's crazy, except for when you do DMT, a certain kind of crystal mineral, or mushrooms, mycelium network, when you do these psychedelics, these are minerals that can help you go back and forth in time. They have a real landmass of minerals that you can dip back and forth into the future and past and go back and forth. And like they talk about it way too much. But look up a TV show called Out of Range, and it's talking about up there in Wyoming.
Wow.
It's not just they finding these different stones. What do these stones do? Yeah, this stone right here can teleport us over there, and they know this.
Then they know it.
And they know this. Now they're experimenting with these different things. Wait a minute. When you were just talking about the Grand Canyon, they have minerals that can teleport you not only from time, but from different places. Now, how do we know that? Why did King Tut have turquoise? Why did King Tut have Bisbee turquoise?
I don't know.
When you're looking at stones, every stone has its own language. When I said Bisbee turquoise or spiderweb turquoise or King's Landing turquoise, those are all only American turquoise. When you say Persian turquoise, that's only from Persia. When you say all these different turquoise come from different. King Tut had American turquoise on his body. And you just said they have different, they say mummies, but they have different statues of all sorts of different melanated. They say Buddha because they don't understand. They say Buddha, but they actually have statues of Sambo. Sambo is the original black god. Sambo. They call it Buddha to throw people off. A lot of these different things, they're going to say a name, and that's the name of the game. They're going to say it's the Kemetic gods and everything else. No, those
Yes.
are the original American gods. A lot of those are original American gods. When they say they saw an Egyptian god, they saw, looking at the gods they said they saw. They said they saw, and these are older than what they say is in Egypt now. They
Mm-hmm.
saw Anubis, but how is it Anubis if it's older than Anubis, but the original Anubis is from America?
Mm-hmm.
And it's in America, but you refuse to acknowledge that, so we just gonna put the mystery out there. You saw Sambo. They said Buddha. We saw a bunch of Buddhas. No, you saw Sambo, the original black god.
Sambo.
Look up Sambo. They try to make, if you can look it up right now. It's look Sambo, the black god, and it's an image that's gonna pop up there, and people loosely translate that into Buddha.
What?
But that's
Sambo.
why you have so many of these people that look. Is you seeing it?
I was reading what the. Wow. Come on. Okay, I'm gonna bring up the image. This is so educational. This is mind blowing. Sambo.
And that goes back to the stones, because the truth
Right
is always
here.
written in the stones.
Here it right here. There's the Buddha. Oh, come. Oh my God, I got chills. Are you kidding me? They
I
never
got the
taught us
statue.
this.
I got a statue over here if you want to see one.
I do. I do.
1 second.
Oh wow. Thank you for sharing this information. Family, I know you're enjoying this. Please, if you would like to just send him a donation, which I'm going to do today before we get off, you may send it to his Cash App $ Mansa Musa Stone. And I'm going to ask him about Mansa Musa, who he was, and why aren't we told the full story about Mansa Musa, $ Mansa Musa Stone. But if you want to order something just for you, specific to you, and who you are, and or your life path number, then you can send him an email. Oh, this is so beautiful. Tell us your email one more time. Oh, here it is. You can contact him at orishastone.shop@gmail.com. Show me that one more time, please, please.
Sambo. The
Mm,
stones don't lie. These stones, we talk about the Olmec, but they don't want to talk about over there in Cambodia and things of that nature. The largest statue of a black man isn't in Africa, it's in Asia. And the truth is always written in stone, because these stones are millions of years old.
mm,
Some of these things are dated 400,000 years BC, and we all know that Judaism, that's before Judaism, that's before Christianity, that's before Islam. So we need to tap into our. That's how you tap into it. The stones. The stones not gonna lie to you. The stones already wrote it down for you. When you looked up Sambo, you saw the face pop up for yourself. You saw with your own eyes.
I
So
did.
now the reason we don't just see it in these on the ley lines that they were originally placed on is because the Smithsonian and all these different places that take the artifacts and hide them or destroy them, because they don't want to have that conversation about American being a black land, the same way as they call Kemet or Australia or the Philippines or all these other, or Hawaii. Those are all melanated lands.
Mm. I noticed that your Cash App is Mansa Musa Stone. Can you give me a little bit of information about Mansa Musa? Who was he? Because I think I heard you say something about him being in America.
Mensa Abukari, Mensa Musa is the brother of Mensa Abukari II. Now,
Okay.
have you ever seen the movie The Lion King?
Yes.
This is who they made the movie The Lion King about. Mansa Musa would be the cub Simba, I would guess. The father was, if you look up The Lion King, the father was the one that took over the land. He was the real warrior. Mansa Musa was a merchant. Mansa Musa is a title. Mansa means,
I could-
I know Musa means water. I can't remember right now. I'm having a brain fart. But yeah, Mansa
Okay.
Musa is actually a title. He was a merchant. He was a vendor. Now, he was running the marketplace. Mensa
It means king.
Abukari, I'm sorry.
It means king.
Okay,
Mansa
so
means
king of
king,
water,
emperor,
right?
or
King of
sultan.
currency, king of
Wow.
currency, king of money. He was the king of that. You know what I'm saying? He was a businessman. When you talk about most of these religions, they were businessmen. Remember, Prophet Muhammad, or what they were saying, Prophet Muhammad it only meant he was one worthy of trust. That's his name. That wasn't his name. That was his title. So he was over
Oh.
currency. He was over the marketplace. Mensa Abukari II, he was the king, but he was like, yo, he really wasn't rocking with Islam and all, everything that the Moors and this stuff was over there doing. So he said, yo, I'm gonna go explore the world. There's more to the world than just over here. He traveled out with I think the story like goes from anywhere from 300 to 3,000 ships. Now
Mm,
he's also involved with the Portuguese. You got to realize we've been doing trades forever. So
mm-hmm.
he got a bunch of people to build ships and all these different things, and they came to the Americas, and that's a whole nother story within itself. But that doesn't say that they colonized America. They started doing business back and forth with the people that were already here. That
Wow.
means there were people. If you came over here to trade, why did he bring all these spices and gold and all this medicine over there? He came to trade with the indigenous people that were already over here, and they both were melanated.
Mm,
So the
mm,
stones don't lie. The stones are telling y'all what they're doing because there's certain stones that's only from over here that's over there, and crops that's only from over here that's over there now.
mm, mm.
So
This is
we've been going back and forth in intergalactic trade forever since the beginning of the time.
intergalactic trade.
Yes, ma'am.
Galactic from different galaxies, different.
Well, if you look at the stones, yes, ma'am. I know it might sound. If you think about this, look at the stones and look at the astrology of all the stones that we look at when we look at the calendar. The calendar
Okay.
of Dandara, the Olmec calendar, the astrology calendar. Those are
Mhm.
all aligned on the ley lines. Let's talk about that aspect of it. They're made out of limestone and granite,
Mm,
magnetic stones.
mhm, mm.
Very, very heavy density stones, magnetic stones. People not even asking how they move these Olmec heads and carve these Olmec heads. More or less, how did they get them right on the ley lines under certain stars? So they are getting information from. This isn't case in point. King Tut. We were talking about the stones that they had on the chest. You said, was he just wearing it for show? No, because nobody can mess with him on that level anyway. Because that stone on his chest is it's a cosmic stone. It's called Libyan desert glass. If you look up the stone on King Tut's chest plate, it's called Libyan desert glass, and his knife is a meteorite. His knife is an iron tektite, an
Mm,
iron meteorite. They couldn't melt iron back then. You know what I'm saying? Remember, the metals they were dealing with is gold and silver, which is really, really soft.
okay.
Copper, really, really soft. The
Mm,
iron, they weren't more or less. Not only did they craft this knife out of iron tektite, iron meteorite, they got inscriptions of it that's not Egyptian. It wasn't something he made. It was something that was gifted to him. He has a Libyan
mm.
desert glass chest plate. Look it up. If you look up the chest plate look up Libyan desert glass and the chest plate and dagger of King Tut and see what they say about it because they
Now, what
can't
am I looking
explain
up exactly?
uh the meteorites of King Tut.
Meteorites of King. One time I was saying King Tut, and I was saying it really fast. And I was like, King Tut, Kentucky. Kentucky must be about King Tut. Let me see. Wow. Okay. You want me to read what it says here?
Is it talking about his meteorite dagger and chest plate?
This says something about a meteorite. Let me see here. King Tut's connection to meteorites is highlighted by his famous meteoric iron dagger and a scarab made of desert glass formed by a meteorite impact. Scientific tests confirm these are rare cosmic materials that were deeply treasured in ancient Egypt long before regular iron smelting began. Wow.
Now, mind you, they're not telling you the writing that's on the knife. They got to keep some of this secret. But with that being said, he didn't create it. Nobody in his court had this. It was gifted to him from somebody from above. When I say intergalactic trade,
Mm,
when
mm.
we talk about moldavite, we're talking about a stone that they said was slapped out of Lucifer's crown. When they had the war in heaven, the stone came down in the Czech Republic area. And
What?
you see that stone at the first goddess Venus of Willendorf feet. That's the stone that they carved the emerald tablets out of. That's the stone they
Mm,
carved the Holy Grail out of.
mm, mm,
So yeah, that's why I say intergalactic because our most valuable artifacts are actually from space.
mm.
His mother and father are not even human. We're not gonna get into that, but his mother and father are actually from space.
This is, I was not prepared. This is so powerful. How did you learn this information? I'm
My
sure you get your
Yeah,
mom.
it always go back to my mom. My mom's always
Mom.
been into this kind of thing. She was in the military, so she traveled to a lot of different places. And when she come back, she would just tell me things like she would either bring me some kind of bugs. So like if she go to
Mhm,
Philippines, she'll put some kind of snakes or bugs like Philippines, no,
mhm,
like Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico got this big old centipede that if it gets on you, you won't die, but you'll wish you were dead. She put in embalming fluid, different kind of snakes she'll put in embalming fluid because she was an HM2 in the military, so she would do all sorts of different things like that. So studying different bugs in the area, things of that nature. So I got secondhand knowledge just from her anyway.
Wow, wow. And you know, the reason why I asked were the kings and the emperors showing off their jewels, why were we wearing them? Is because a lot of times our men get a bad rap. Men, they love wearing their gold chains, and you know, they're told they're showing off or they're flexing. And I think it's just, I don't think it's that per se. I think they're just showing you who they are, the kings and the gods of these lands.
They said everybody's gonna get tricked, right? Everything is vice versa. Everything. It was wise pastor once said that everything would be his vice versa. So
Thank
you got to realize to trick you out your spot, they're gonna tell you everything that you're doing is bad. Remember, they said worshiping the trees was bad, so we stopped doing that. They said talking to the water was bad, so we stopped doing that. Now they're selling you the water, they selling you the trees, they selling you air. They told you, hey, you ignorant if you wearing gold chains and got gold teeth. Can now come find out your ancestors been doing this. Wait a minute,
you.
let's talk about the monetary. Now we always got to go the 4% material. Let's talk about the same people they call stupid about having gold chains on. Well, how much does that gold chain cost now in spot value of weight when it comes to the metal? Because 1 ounce weighs about what, $4,000 or $5,000 right now?
Yes, sir.
1
Yes,
ounce.
sir.
So who was stupid? The only way we were stupid is if we listened to them telling us about what we supposed to be doing. Meanwhile, if the whole world talking about we don't got a culture, but they're copying our culture. You know what I'm saying? When you look at these, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No,
I
I'm
was just
listening.
I was just talking about the jury in general. The same, they tricked you out your jury. Now everybody but meanwhile they told you don't wear the gold and silver, right? And then put a We Buy Gold store in everybody's neighborhood.
They sure do. And gold right now is $4,600 an ounce. Silver is almost $70 an ounce, $68.
But they
And
call
so
you
this,
stupid for wearing gold chains. You wearing your wealth. You wearing your intentions.
and yeah, they'll say we buy gold and silver, you know, and had us. At least I remember my grandma taking stuff to the pawn shops. You know,
It's always a trick. You
mm,
know that with the game that they're playing with silver, the price manipulation that they're doing with silver right now, it's
yeah,
always a trick that they did it in what was it 19 what was it 30s I think, or whenever when did they get us off the silver
I
standard?
think it was in 1930s,
Okay,
1930.
so they did the same thing. First they're gonna say, yo, we'll give you a little bit more money for it. Then they'll say we're gonna threaten you for it. They'll do all these different things to trick, but clearly they want it. So if they want it and you crazy enough to give it to them, then that's something that you think you got to work on your own discernment. Like you have no survival skills if you let these people talk you out of your spot. They tricked you out your spot.
Somebody said they would like to buy a copper drinking cup if you make them.
I don't make them. You can get them from anywhere. I can give them for you, but I don't make them per se.
Okay,
But
okay.
yeah, I have some myself. I got my serpent cup.
That is beautiful. Oh my gosh. Now, where do you order things like that?
Me, I'm a pirate. I go to auctions. I go to auctions. I go to estate sales. That's what I've been preaching for a long time. If you go to an auction, you'll be surprised. Some people might have put up a bunch of brass or bronze statues in auction and forgot about it.
Mm,
We really got to get back into our own levels of figuring things out. Going to auctions, people, you might win an auction just because everybody else didn't want to get up that morning.
mm, mm.
So your main job is to clean it out and go through everything. You might find a whole jewelry box full of gold in the auction. And all they're doing is selling. They might say, "Who wants this auction? This storage unit, $50. Going once, going twice. You got it for $50, and you just found $5,000 in gold in the storage unit." So that's where I find a lot of stuff like rarity. It's not something that I just buy off of Google. Everything like that. I like rarity. I like vintage things. I go to a lot of different places. The older, like I tell you all the time, the older the better for me because I'm always looking for vintage jewelry because that's when they were really putting a lot of work in and not all the fake metals and things that they put out now. A lot of people wear a lot of fake jewelry that's poison in them. I did a show on this recently. A lot of people are wearing this fake jewelry that they're made in China or Tamu or AliExpress or whatever, and it has these poisons in it that's poisoning you, messing up your reproductive, and you think they're doing it by accident? All
No,
this stuff that
no.
looks like gold, just get the real thing. It makes you feel it's trophies. It tells you what I've done to get to this level to be able to wear it. So get the real thing. Stop wearing the fake stuff.
Mm, mm,
Curse
mm.
yourself.
Which stone is good for headaches? Somebody asked.
K2. K2 is amazing for headaches, and ruby is amazing for headaches. If you take you
Mm.
a piece of K2, and now K2 Jasper, can you look up K2 Jasper?
Okay. Yes.
It's a blue and white stone. It's from
Okay.
the Afghan mountains. That's amazing for migraines. And actually, after you start using it, you probably won't have migraines again.
Mm.
Now, if you don't have a piece of K2, get you a ruby. Just get you a ruby and put it on your third eye, and it'll stop the headache.
K2 jasper, more accurately called K2 stone or azurite and granite, is a striking white and gray granite matrix marked with a vivid blue azurite orb. Oh, look, orb. Oh, orbs. Oh, that's pretty. Let me see if I can find more images. Oh, wow. I don't think I've ever seen this.
It's a rare one. That's only from, like I said, from the K2 mountains. So that's almost up there with azurite, lapis lazuli. That's a special stone, but that most
Mm,
definitely help you with your headaches.
mm. This is beautiful. Are some of these stones just found right out in nature? You know,
I'm sorry.
I'm wondering if some of the stones that we just stumble upon out in nature, are they all precious, or do they
I
all?
mean, if you know how to polish them, precious means you have knowledge of it. Sometimes you'll walk over a stone and don't have knowledge of it, and it might be a diamond. People have never probably seen a diamond in real life. It don't look the same. People have never seen a ruby in real life. When you start getting into the raw stones, I'm actually
Mm,
big on raw stones because
okay.
when you get a raw stone, you can do whatever you want to do with it.
Mm,
You see what I'm saying? You can carve it, you can facet it, you can polish it, you can do whatever you want. So it's just having knowledge of the stones. You have to do your own dual research. You got to do the research on the stones if you want to know it. So if you know that every state has a state stone, look up your
okay.
state stone. Weird enough, right? We live in Florida. You know the state stone of Florida?
No.
Moonstone.
Wow.
We don't
Okay.
grow moonstones in Florida. We grow agates and orange calcites.
Mm.
But they said moonstone because moonstone is a manifestation stone and Florida is the manifestation state.
Oh,
So they made
wow.
the moonstone the stone of Florida. And it's crazy.
Here's another question for you. This is from your channel. Does a crystal, do crystals or stones have a specific frequency or number that aligns with our birth numbers?
That's a good question. Um, Off rip, I'm gonna say yes. Because
Mm-hmm.
remember they talk about birthstones. They only got that from the science of ancient elders that knows exactly what frequency, how high this frequency goes when the sun is at this point. So it is math in there. I'm not the best at breaking that down, but the answer is yes. I mean, uh yes, the answer is yes. There's different frequencies. And like I said, that goes back to angels. Reason I can say that is because to talk to Archangel Michael, you would have to have a purple frequency, a purple stone, right?
Mm,
Charite, amethyst, tanzanite. Now, those stones are at a certain frequency to even get to that color. There's certain chemical deposits. Some of them have more copper. Some of them have more zinc in it. There's all sorts of science that
mm,
goes into it that's really, really deep, more than I can, what I'm saying, paraphrase in 5 minutes. But the answer
mm,
is yes to that question.
mm. Family, if you would like to have custom pieces made for you or your family members, you want to maybe dedicate something to your ancestors, please reach out to him. Ooh, at orishastone.shop@gmail.com. No, I couldn't see that. I had right. Let me see that closely again, please. Wow, that is beautiful. That's
That's
perfect.
the serpents, the protection, the moonstone in the center. That's actually Madagascar moonstone. Moonstone is manifestation, jade, clear quartz, and different green jaspers. But
Mm,
it's a healing and manifestation piece.
okay.
Manifest well. The snakes represent protection. Those are the serpents that can protect your body.
Mm, mm,
And these are just the ones. If you want something just statement pieces like that's living
wow.
desert glass, lapis lazuli on copper. He wanted it on the chain, so we're not gonna beat this one up. Got some jade in there, but it also has a deity on there, a god deity to represent love between him and his wife and his family.
Let me show that. That was that an ankh?
Yes, man. It's an unk. But I put
Okay.
lapis lazuli. I put his synergy stones on here.
Mm.
So everything that he needed, that's what we put on this. So there's never going to be another piece like this. So,
Tell us the significance of the Ankh. Is that the female and male masculine principle together? The Ankh.
really, we would say more feminine because it's the key of life, right? It's the
Oh,
portal of life. Now,
okay.
when we say the key of life, we automatically think about just birthing children, but no,
Mm-hmm.
it's the key to bringing manifestations into this reality, bringing anything
Mm,
into this reality. If your mind is on something and you orgasm and you make a wish, you can bring that into reality. You are the Unk. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm the key. You're the Unk. So, or like you say, Anunnaki, right? But the Unk represents bringing things into this life. Now we can easily say it just represents the fallopian tubes and the baby, but that's the simplest way to look at it, saying that you can form life and bring life down because the spirit still comes from another dimension into your physical form, and you brought it through your dimension. So it's the key of life. But the key of life of manifesting anything, you can manifest all anything. That's why they always have it in ancient Kemet. That whatever they think of, whatever they're manifesting, they have this piece of gold or bronze in their hand or stone in their
mm,
hand that's vibrating. Remember, we're talking about the vibrations and frequencies and hertz,
mm.
and they're holding it on these mountains and ley lines, which can manifest whatever is on their heart, because your heart is a frequency too. And when you get excited, don't your heart start pump?
Yeah,
Well, your
the
stones acknowledge
palpitation.
that. Oh, I like this. Your heart
Mm.
also starts jumping a little different when you're scared. Oh, I don't like this.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't like that's a frequency. Now when you're in love, there's another frequency and another frequency. There's all sorts of different frequencies that you can connect to with these, like I say, with these metals, these stones, things of that nature.
You know what I heard you say when you said Ankh? I heard Ankh, like uncle. I want. Is it the same? It might be the same that part one of our phrases, one of our words, for part of our vocabulary.
My mom's from Philly, so you got to forgive me sometime. And then I'm raised from all over. I'm a little geeky and with some Philadelphia and everything else. So yeah, no. But it was so funny you said it because one day I was vending and this young girl came to the table. She said, "Yeah, I want that cross." I said, "It's not a cross. That's an unk. You know what an unk is?" She said, "Yeah, you."
It's true.
I'm done with kids. I don't vend no more.
Ooh, beautiful, beautiful. Mm, wow.
And then we
Now,
have Red
what
Jasper.
is that? What kind of stone is that?
Oh, that was just silver. That was just
Silver.
silver.
Okay.
I was trying to move some stuff out the way so I can get to this unk. This is Bumblebee Jasper,
Mm,
Roulated Quartz, and Moonstone again. And they got some silver. That's real silver. Swans. But that's Bumblebee Jasper because the swan represents Oshun too. I mean, you can make something with, and I don't have to say her name for this to be it. You see, the Bumblebee Jasper represents that spring energy, that solar plex chakra, that sacral chakra. You got the rutilated quartz, it's like angel hair, it protects people. It
mm.
protects the wearer, angel hair. That's why it's like a golden ray. If you look right there, there's a golden ray. It's like the angel hair. It's like a whip. And then the moonstone and citrines. So yeah, that's a very good one. Or if you want to go masculine, we can go red jasper. And like I say, this is for somebody if you work every day and you can't wear the beads, you would get you a nice little chain, get you a piece in silver. This is red jasper. This is a real powerful indigenous stone. The people in the indigenous tribe, they're going to wear some jasper, some kind of jasper for memory recall, to help you with your dreams and visions, but it's also a good protection stone.
Do you make nose rings as well? Somebody wants to know.
I haven't before. I haven't
Okay.
before. I'm sure I
Mm.
could though, but I haven't.
And people are asking for different stones that will cure certain things, like lupus. Family, please consider emailing him too, because you got to. We have to be kind of careful about what we say about curing or healing. But do you know anything about lupus? I think it's an
It-
autoimmune disease. I think.
yeah. Now I don't want to overstep my boundaries. I know some
Okay.
goddesses that talk about it, and if we're
Mm,
going to talk about stones, we got to get into the element part. And if we're going to talk about
okay.
elements and minerals, then let's talk about sea moss because that's what I would be focused on right now. If you have that, whatever you're saying you have an effect on, look at what you can implement into you: zinc, magnesium.
Mm,
Now, like I said, I'm not the doctor either,
hmm.
so why don't we look into sea moss? Look into that mineral and what sea moss might be able to do for you. Black
Mm,
seed oil might be able to help you.
mm. Okay.
Um, but also there's a bunch of people way more qualified than myself that can help you with that.
Okay.
So let's do some research on that and let me come back to you. You know what I'm saying? I would have to do some research and find somebody more qualified.
So please contact him at orishastone.shop@gmail, ORISHASTONE.shop, SHOP@gmail.com. Reach out to him for, consultations, personal custom pieces, or and his wife does readings, all those type of things. Or if you want to send him a donation for this amazing information that he's sharing with us, you can send him a Cash App gift at $ Mansa Musa Stone. Ooh, what is that?
Tanzanite.
Tanzanite. Mm, that's beautiful.
Look, tell them if they know, they know. Look, that's when you get to the fine dining of gemstones. That's Tanzanite right there. Tanzanite is only
Okay.
from Mount Kilimanjaro. That's a very, very rare stone, but it's also one of the highest vibrational stones on the earth.
Mm,
It turns
ooh,
from red to purple if you move it around some, but my lighting is a little bad. But yeah, that's Tanzanite.
that is gorgeous. I had to look that one up. Tanzanite.
Oh yeah,
Tanzanite is a rare blue and violet gemstone variety of the mineral
joysite,
zoisite.
joysite.
Wow. Found in single small mining regions near Mount Kilimanjaro and Tanzania. That is gorgeous. Wow.
Since we talking about it, now we talking about
Sure.
investment stones and things of that nature. Tanzanite.
Wow, that's beautiful.
This is
Wow.
what they assassinated the president of Tanzania for a couple years back.
Mm, mm,
Because he wasn't allowing these stones to leave out of he didn't allow these stones to leave out of Tanzania whole. He broke the stone down to where if you found a big stone, it got faceted, so the person that can facet the stone got paid. The
mm-hmm,
person that makes the jewelry got paid, and the scraps went back to the tribe
mm,
in order for the tribe to make little jewelry with it. So
mm.
the market was so extreme for Tanzanite and he wasn't letting people go in and out of there. They assassinated him and blamed it on COVID. But yeah, no. Then all of a sudden, everybody started getting big blocks of Tanzanite
Mm.
out of there.
See?
You know what I'm saying? But it's
Mm,
protected from by the Maasai tribe.
wow. Oh, somebody says my Wyoming is on fire. Are y'all saying literally right now? That's interesting. Let me see if I can find. I don't know if y'all just saying literally or figuratively. Yeah. Yeah. Wildfires right now. We were just talking about rare earth minerals discovered in Wyoming.
So
God.
anywhere that you notice they have rare earth minerals, especially in
Yeah.
America, they can't
Uh-huh.
just go over there and fight you for it. What they're gonna do is burn up your land. They did in Hawaii, they did in California, and I guess Hawaii's on that. You know what I'm saying? We were just talking about all the different earth minerals, but look at all the places they're catching wildfires out of all the places you could think of, and
Mm. Wildfire activity increases across Wyoming.
they're doing
They
the same exact
responded
thing in
to
California.
21. They're responding to 21 wildfires this week, and they're blaming it on hot, dry conditions. Oh my God. So okay, you said that's how they steal the land. That's how they steal your minerals.
Yeah. Same old game. This is a piece of moldavite. I'm still working on this piece, but moldavite on the Figaro chain,
Mm,
and all Figaro chains are Italian handmade. And I don't know if you can see that, but that's a nice size little piece of
yes.
moldavite too. So that's a
Keep talking.
meteorite.
Keep talking, King. My son is just walking in. I'm going to say hello to him, but
Yes,
please
ma'am.
keep showing us. I'm going to turn off
No
my
problem. Go
camera.
ahead. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, man. Tap into your minerals. You can tap into us. We do rings. We have some opal rings, silver. If you're paying attention to the price of silver, Dr. Kipper is always talking about silver. The cost of silver just went up. So when it went down, that's when the time you sort of both went out there and bought you a bunch of silver jewelry and everything else because silver is silver. When you start putting it into the retail price, the price goes up even more. So waiting for her to get back. We got some garnet rings, a couple of different opals. She said, "Bring the fine dining out."
Bring it out.
For those that's still in the church, a
Mm,
pure heart with
wow.
peridot cross. I don't know if you can see those stones in there real good, but peridot is an amazing stone for purity
Peridot.
of the heart.
Peridot, that's the August birthstone, I think.
Yes, ma'am. For Leos.
I just bought some for my grandson. He just turned 9.
Yeah, Peridot's amazing. Peridot's great for the purity of the heart.
Purity of the heart. Okay.
Like you can't even wear that stone unless you're pure of heart.
Wow. Wow. Somebody said, let Buddha's name be praised. I heard that. Mm, mm. Okay, what's his email again? Let me go ahead and bring that out. It is orishastone.shop@gmail.com. Let me put it in the chat. So now if somebody were to call you for a consultation, they would email you first, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. And then they would pay a consultation fee, probably, yes.
No, I don't need no
Oh,
consultation fee. If you came that far to reach out to us and you're trying to support and buy a piece, I don't need no consultation fee. Tell me
okay.
what you need so we get straight to the point. Tell me what you need. How can I help you either to heal, manifest, or whatever it is you're looking for? And you buying a piece is enough for me. Like you're supporting my business, you're supporting what I got going on, and the piece, after you pay that monetary value for whatever you pay for it, that piece is gonna last forever. That piece is whatever it be silver, copper, or stone. As long as you take care of it, it's gonna take care of you energetic wise.
Mm.
So
Well,
yes,
speaking of,
ma'am.
so now what type of stones, somebody asked, are good for womb health? Thank you, Sister Sandra.
That's amazing. All right. So one, I would say always shungite
Okay.
because the womb is always attacked by 5G, fibroid
Mhm.
tumors, breast cancer, things of that nature. All that is kind of connected. So shungite protects the womb. So get into yanni eggs. Get your
Mhm.
shungite yanni egg and do you know what I'm saying? Get with the feng shui priest and learn how to use the yanni eggs. But get your
Mhm.
shungite yanni egg and utilize that. Um, rhodonite and rhodocrossite. Rhodonite, rhodocrossite. When we talk about womb healing, if you ever been through any kind of sexual traumas,
Mhm.
rhodonite and rhodocrossite help with that and heal and um it helps heal that energy. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Spiritually and in your womb, because there's a whole lot of womb healing. I'm not this person that speaks on that. That's more of an OJ Yemi and Goddess Maya thing because they always talk about the womb healing thing. But
Mhm.
I know that rhodonite, rhodocrossite, shungite are great for the womb. Selenite, not putting it in the womb, but putting selenite on top of the womb is good for
Ooh.
purifying that energy, cleansing that energy. Um, I would say, I mean, those would be the main ones I would say off top.
You spoke about Goddess Mayat. She will be on the show with me on Wednesday. We're going to talk about womb abundance.
I was about to say that when you start talking about womb, ask her about some womb healing. Ask
Okay.
you need the women to talk about the womb because look, y'all know things. That's a science that I don't know everything about. I'm learning something new every day.
So, family, make sure you make that show on Wednesday at, I believe, it's 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is Goddess Mayat right here, High Priestess. She is a high priestess, and she went through rituals to become rites of passage to become a high priestess. So she's going to talk about the womb and healing the womb, taking care of the womb, how to create abundance just by virtue of having a womb. What you need to do to manifest whatever it is that you desire, like wealth and abundance and love and health, all those things that mainstream will try to tell us, you can't manifest, but you can and you shall. We command it to be so.
I see.
I say, yeah,
Where your intentions manifest well.
mm,
You
who
always
was,
talking about getting back into the wealth.
yes,
And look,
sir.
when you into the wealth, look, you gotta say have your sacred adornments right. Another reason you're wearing them is because these things are protection.
Mm,
Before you stepped outside your house, you stepped down, you made your intention when you stepped out of bed, you put your right foot out first, you put your
mm,
left foot out when you walk outside the door, you make your intentions, you know what I'm saying? So if you know that you might be around negative energies or certain people wear different kind of talismans to protect them on their journey.
mm,
If I'm going to work and I know there's a lot of negative energy at my job, I might wear me a piece of black tourmaline. It works every time. Some
mm,
obsidian, it works every time. As soon as somebody thinks they're about to come to you about with some negative energy, they'll be like, "Yo, hey, you know what? I don't even know what I came over here for." It disrupts that frequency and spell. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, 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 I'm listening.
Oh, now lapis lazuli, I wouldn't wear lapis lazuli to work because you wear lapis lazuli to work, everyone want to come talk to you and tell you truths that you did not want to know. Like everybody just too free with information. And I'm the type of person I don't want to do all the unnecessary words and talking and everything. but people just start talking to you when you wear lapis lazuli. So you wear lapis lazuli in ceremony, or when you're with your tribe or something like that, because lapis lazuli make people tell you the truth.
Glass Moon wants to know if he can have the piece with the lapis and the copper.
The lapis and the copper. Oh, this one. This one's already sold. This one's already gone, but I can create something similar like this for you. But this one's already gone. I'm just waiting for him to come pick it up, actually.
Mm. Contact him, family. Contact Orisha Stone at, here it is, orishastone.shop@gmail.com. And if you want to send
And you know what? I can't make something like it. I'm gonna make you something even better. I don't never try to make the same piece over and over again. I want to make you something that's way customized for your energy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sorry. Go ahead, guys.
and yes, and if you all can see at the bottom of the screen here, I have his Cash App $ Mansa Musa Stone. So if you want to send him a gift and you really appreciate the information, that he's given us, then please do so. In fact, I want to stop right here and say, family, if you're going to send him a gift or just a love offering, I want you to shout him out in the comment section. Say, I got you, God. Say, I got you, or I got you, God. We got you, God, because we appreciate what you're doing for us, raising our vibrations literally and teaching us how to bring our children in by giving them certain gems and stones, and how to send us off as we transition or transcend when we leave this body. I think that's information that we needed to hear so that we can teach it on to our children and our family members. So I want to see, fam, you got him, you got him. I just want to know, do you got? I got him. I got him. Say, I got you. I want to see. I want to see. Can I see? I got you in the comment section, please,
No,
family.
listen.
Yep. I said, I
I
got
want to thank you anyway because I don't get to always talk about jury on a different kind of level, and people appreciate it. Sometimes you're talking if they don't understand the science of it, then it's just going in one ear and out the other. What's the brother name? Chief Mac. When you introduced me to Chief Mac, he came over, he got it. You know what I'm saying? He got an amazing piece. So ask him how the energy of his piece. That's what's even more like when somebody says, "Yo, I wore this piece," and not only was this the energy from it, this is what I manifest with this piece. This is what energy I get from it. That's what's really important for me because that shows me, that tells other people if I'm just talking or is it real. They can really feel the energy from the piece. So
Speaking of energy from the piece, somebody says, what was that stone again for clean hearts?
oh, peridot
It was
for purity of heart.
yes, it's Peridot, Peridot. Thank you, Segment Fire Goddess. She asked it. She said it's so chatty at night. Peridot is chatty at night. Ooh,
Peridot's powerful
okay.
now. You can't look if you start letting your heart do think bad or something like that. It'll kind of reverse the spell from all light for you to all bad for you. Like it can reverse on you. So the wearer peridot has to be one of pure heart. Case the point. You remember Moana?
Yes.
And the sacred monster, right, was really the divine goddess.
Okay.
And her heart chakra was a green stone. There's always going to be a green stone. But peridot is a heart stone. Now, anybody that comes against you is going to be punished too if they're not coming with good intentions.
Ooh.
It's a very, very powerful stone. There's a lot of ritual to that.
Wow. You were talking about energy, and one of the things I know, I've been listening to my grandchildren a lot. When we go in certain spaces, they will tell me immediately, I don't like the energy here. We need to leave.
I see.
It's something about children, how they can feel the vibration of what's going on. We go to certain, whether it's a restaurant. When Chief Rod Hayes said, "Take your children out of school," I immediately withdrew my grandchildren. They were getting headaches. They were getting sick, physically ill. My grandson was sick almost every day. He would call home, and one day I sat him down and I asked, "What's going on? Like, do you think it's the germs?" He said, "It's the energy."
I see.
Yeah,
Look,
so we need to listen to our babies.
we have to. And one, like I say, again, I know we said her name a couple times already, but Melanated Mortals is creating their own thing, you know what I'm saying, where they got their own schools, they got their own well springs and things of that nature. We all need to start doing
love
things of that
that.
nature. You know what I'm saying? Building our own school. Guess what? If you can't do it, then guess what? We might have a teacher in there, Dr. Kier Pruitt, might be a teacher for the school. We can get back into it. There's people in our community that want to teach kids and want to be with the kids, not just look at it as a job. They get paid to teach these kids the essentials. We the only people that take our kids to the enemy and say, teach the kids how to be whatever, and then wonder why the system's failing. It's not failing. It's doing what it's designed to do. Keep them
It's doing what
degenerate.
my sister-in-law, God rest her soul, started a school when our children were young. She had her children the same time as I, and it was amazing because she started in her basement. We took our children out of private, not private, but public schools when they were like kindergarten, first grade. We set them in her basement, and all of us taught them what we knew. And when our children graduated from high school, they blew standardized tests out of the water, all of them, because they were trained and raised by their family members, right, in our own schools. And we started in the basement, then we moved to the YMCA. Then my brother-in-law, who had excellent credit, actually bought a building, and where we had a church and a school and daycare and all that. It can be done. We can educate our own. We just have to have the mind to do it.
A community. Like
Yeah.
sometimes we put too much on ourselves, but we
Yeah.
just got to have the mind to have a community. You know
I
what I'm saying?
love
It's
that.
not our job
A
to do
community.
everything. We got like we got to go back to what they used to say back in the day. They didn't make it hard for us. They kept it really really simple. They said
Mm,
it takes a community to raise a child. It takes a village to raise a child. So
mhm,
we got to start get back into that. How do we do that? We start coming together, investing some land together. We talking about minerals. My mom investing this land together and building up
mhm,
ourselves. If we have the right to homeschool our children. As a matter of fact, Trump has actually gave you every incentive to
mhm.
homeschool your children. You get paid all sorts of different things. So why
Yeah.
not homeschool your children? Besides the failure of saying, "Oh, I'm just too lazy to try to raise my child."
Ooh-wee.
So
You mentioned Melanated Immortal, so I just wanted to bring up her website. You said she's
mhm.
starting some of her own systems, schools.
She does a
She
lot of
also
amazing things for the girls.
for the girls. Okay, that so family. Shout out to Melanated Immortals. Make sure you subscribe to her channel. She will be on the show on Wednesday at what time was it? 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time to talk about womb abundance. She does all of Orisha Stone's, a lot of his thumbnails and music, and just she's a very very creative woman. And so he and I've been talking about how I can tap into her gifts as well. So we give thanks for Melanated Immortals.
I see.
Any more questions? Okay, people are saying they want something like that. Oh, thank you. Sister Teresa Bynum said, I got you.
I
We love you,
appreciate
Sister
that. I believe she
Teresa.
did too, because a couple things just hit.
All right. And who else?
but
P.
I,
Brown
I
said, gotcha.
and I appreciate the
Hmm.
gifts, but get you a gift that give back. You can always hit me up on the email and buy you a piece too. You know what I'm saying? I want to give you something back, so hit me up.
Okay. Let's see. Well, let me give that contact information. Contact him at orishastone.shop@gmail.com. Okay, so who else? They saying I got you. Thank you, Sister Erica. Creator bless you. Thank you. They're saying thank you. You still here? All right. All right. Let's see what else.
Appreciation.
Much gratitude for this live today. Great information. What else you wanted to show us? You have anything else you'd like to show us, King, before we
Um, I
before we wrap
mean, what would they like
up?
to see? Like, what? I want to show them something they
Artifacts.
haven't already seen before already. What is something they're looking
Artifacts.
for? I'm sorry.
I would like to see some artifacts. Segment, you homeschool your children. That's amazing, sis.
This
Is
is
there
my
any
trophy. My trophy, right? So, can you see that good?
Yes, yes.
And it
Wow.
represents all sorts of different. Now, most of these are American things. You see what I'm saying? American statues. Yeah, I
Okay.
want you to know
Wow.
that, but these are all from the Americas,
Wow.
ancient Americas that look like him. They look like him. They look like her. They look. I didn't create these, so
Mm. But you can create something
oh
like
yes,
that?
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I just like collecting the artifacts because if we didn't create this, and they're saying that these are from Yucatan, that's what the people say. That's what the Yucatan people say they look like.
Mm, mm.
So I collect these different things.
Wow. Wow. That's awesome.
So that's some of my pride in my collection. And then of course my dragon. My dragon's over 500 years old.
Mm. Oh, wow. Oh, that is absolutely gorgeous. Wow. Now, what would we use the artifacts for? Are those for rituals as well, just like the stones?
Mine, yes. You got to realize our ancestors never did anything just to be doing it. So most of those wood statues, they put their ruin to it. Most of these bronze statues. A lot of my bronze statues are made by Alukun and the Batala priests, which means after they created it, somebody turned around and killed them so they wouldn't make it for nobody else. And their blood was put into the statue. I mean, it is what it is. But these
I
a
never.
lot of these are old ancient. Yeah, that's mostly even in ancient China. After somebody did something for the king, they were pretty much killed so they wouldn't do it for nobody else or tell them how to
I
do it.
I can dig it.
And that's just what they did to a lot of priests, and that's
Mm,
kind of why they lost a lot of information too, because they killed all those priests. But
mm,
yeah, each one of them has its own power. When you ask me what do I do with them, I use
yeah.
them like walkie talkies. If that makes sense.
Oh,
You
okay.
use it like a walkie-talkie to, okay, if I want to go speak to this ancestor, then I'm gonna
Hmm.
use that statue to speak to that ancestor and tap into, and you'd be surprised, especially when you're doing plant medicines and things of that nature, you can
Hmm.
communicate with these statues and they can tell you everything they did, everything, because remember, their roots in these stones and these woods.
Mm,
So
mm.
most of it, if you deal with artifacts, you're dealing with like how many people did, if that's 500 years old, how many people did rituals with it? That Mayat, my mama, she's had that since I was born. She got it in the Philippines and she brought it over. Before she died, she said she gave it to me. She said, "I'm gonna give this to you because you're the only one that's gonna appreciate it." You know
Wow.
what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
different things have different meanings. But most of the time, like I just said, my dragon, I use it like a walkie-talkie to communicate with my personal dragons or my
Mm,
personal
mm,
spirit guides.
mm. Okay, they're asking for the contact information again. It's orishastone.shop@gmail.com. And for those that didn't see it, here's one of the pieces that he created for me. This is deity Nefertari. I don't know. Can y'all see that? See her right here in the middle? This is copper and real 0.999 pure gold, citrine, and some other stones here. Very, very beautiful piece. Okay, he's going to show us some more.
Since they like them like that, I might as well. This has sunstone in it right here. You can't, if you see it in the light or see it outside in the sun, it hits a lot different. But this is yellow jade,
Mm,
sunstone, and red tigerite, citrine.
mm. Wow.
This is jade and bronzite,
Oh,
jade,
wow.
garnet, bronzite,
Mm,
prenite. The brother said he wanted an unk, but we can also do other masculine pieces too. That's smoky quartz and jade, zoisite
mm,
on bronze, moss agates, Kababa Jasper. I'm sorry, Kababa Jasper and jade.
mm. That's beautiful. Wow.
So we can get
Do,
creative,
do
man.
you
We want to get creative for you.
do you have any information about falcons? What do they have any special energy or is there anything amazing about falcons?
Most definitely, most definitely. One, when we talk about vision, especially if you talk about, hold on, it's funny you say that. When you talk about vision, things of that nature, right? You tap into
Yeah.
those bird energies, the
Okay.
hawk and the falcon and the eagle. People say the eagle, but really the falcon and the hawk got the best, like some of the best eyes, and they're birds
Mm,
of prey. So it is a very very spiritual thing. The bird, I'm not of the bird clan, but it does have a
hmm,
very spiritual aspect to it.
mm.
Um, but yeah, the bird clan is very, very powerful. When you have the feathers, it helps with manifestation. When we have our feathers, it makes the manifestation comes faster. That's
Wow.
why when you make your wish in the smoke and you're smudging, you're manifesting, making the wish come faster with the feathers. So there
You
is a lot in that bird magic.
You spoke of hawks. My great grandmother came from the Blackfoot tribe, and her last name is Hawkshaw.
I
So
see.
when Ashe, when you look up her name, of course AI will say it's an old English name, and I had a whole argument with AI, and I was like, it is not an English name because they said it come from Old English, and the people somewhere in England has that surname and that from that bloodline. So I had a whole argument. I was like, no, that is an indigenous name. We went back and forth, and finally says you're absolutely correct. That is an indigenous name that Europeans took on at a particular time in
That's
history.
why I don't mess with AI because they just be trying you to see how much you know, and then they unlock after you broke through their little barrier. Then they unlock and say you're absolutely
Man.
right. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, let's see. Somebody said you might have spoken on this already, but which stones are good for protecting your energy in the workplace?
Obsidian, black tourmaline are my favorites.
Mm,
Obsidian and black tourmaline are my favorites, but any black stone is great for protection. But
mm.
black tourmaline really, black tourmaline and obsidian really get it done. If you having a bad day at work today, get your black tourmaline, and the next day, I guarantee you, for whatever reason that they were messing with you, they won't mess with you today. It works every time. I
Ooh.
don't advise everybody to wear rubies at work because rubies for royalty. So if you're in a situation where you got to listen to somebody tell you what to do, that's not gonna be good for you because the ruby's gonna speak. It's gonna speak to the royalty, and you're gonna snap out and lose your job. And you know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
Who
God.
are you think you talking to?
Mm.
Clock out, go home. If you got to worry about somebody telling you clock out, go home, don't wear rubies. That might not be the stone for you.
Wow. This
But
is
yeah,
good information.
yes, ma'am.
What properties does cistrine have?
Citrine
Like
is
health
abundance, abundance,
mm,
prosperity, manifestation. We just came out of Lionsgate portal, but when we talk about
mm.
infinity, that really taps into your sacral chakra and your solar plex chakra. So
Wow.
citrine is money. It's a great stone. It's a great, amazing stone. Citrine is also a quartz. So you got to be kind of careful. Make sure they're not giving you fire amethyst because sometimes they'll just heat up some amethyst to make citrine. But real citrine is abundant stone. It's a great fenced way of bringing money into your home. If you put
Mm,
your look it up too. Look up the fenced way of tigerite, citrine, aventurine, tiger, and pyrite. And you put that
mm,
in the corner of your house to where the sun comes up and that hits that first, it'll bring abundance into your home.
mm.
So it's good for manifestation, good luck, prosperity, solar plex chakra, and sacral chakra.
Wow. Wow. Thank you. What about now? You were talking about snakes for protection. I would wear. I love snake jewelry, and people would always tell me that I was, satanic, and I had what they called me. I had what's that? What's the woman in the Bible that they said was a whore or a harlot? I don't know. They tried to call me all kind of names. So you got this harlot energy. You got wear snake jewelry, but tell me the significance of snakes because I love them.
So in every religion, the snake is the divine messenger. Was it not?
Okay. Yeah.
In the Bible, they said that God sent a punishment against the non-believers that crossed Moses. What was the punishment? He sent fiery serpents. That's what it says in the
Mm,
Bible. He sent fiery serpents to punish the Elohim that they say in the Bible. But once you look up Yahweh, Yahweh literally translates into dragon. Wait a minute. Not only that, he said to heal those people. If they wanted to heal themselves, what did he tell Moses to do? He said to cast the bronze serpent, and anybody that laid their hands and eyes on that bronze serpent will be healed. And then you turn around and got the healing serpents on the side of the ambulance truck, right?
yeah,
The
yeah.
serpent has always been the messenger and the healer of the people. So everything
Mm,
is just vice versa. The same way they try to blame everything on the woman in the Bible and they say, "Oh, it's Eve's fault." It's Eve and the serpent. They did the same thing. Everything.
mm,
Remember, I said they try to trick you out your spot. They try to tell you, "Oh man, you're not supposed to be wearing jewelry. You're not supposed. Woman, you're evil, and the serpent's evil." But
mm,
once you start tapping into the serpent actually being not evil, the serpent is actually nature. How can anything from nature be evil?
mm, mm.
Nature is on the same program every day. Serpent doesn't. We more evil than the snake. What about the snake? What is it about the snake? You should ask them what makes a snake evil. Because a snake will only eat maybe once every 6 months, and sometimes they don't want to kill nothing. They'll eat once every 6 months. A snake can go 6 months without eating. How long can you go without eating? How long can you go without eating meat?
Mm, mm,
So who's
mm.
the real evil one? You kill something every day for breakfast, lunch, and a snack.
Yeah.
I need some chicken nuggets. I need some baby back ribs.
Hmm. Come on.
Listen, they already told me that they already told me what's in the meat at McDonald's and Wendy's. But look, it tastes good, so I'm gonna go get another one. It's 4 for 4.
Mm, mm,
So who's the
mm,
real evil one? The
mm,
snake is a natural divine being.
mm. Wow. Wow.
Um, so I mean, like they can say whatever, but I just told you, even in the basic instruction before leaving Earth, even in the basic instruction before leaving Earth, even in the Bible, they already told you that the serpent is one of the closest things to God. Now,
Mm-hmm.
that's if you believe in the Bible, but we also were talking about the stones that go way before God, and that goes into our people. We're talking about the Olmec people, the Zopotec, and all these different people right here. And let's go into Quetzalcoatl. We just had a whole conversation about Quetzalcoatl.
Mm,
These are our ancient, the Naga race. That's also all about gemstones. If you look up the Nagas, they're all about precious gemstones. The
mm.
serpent represents divine wisdom, knowledge, and prosperity. Look up the
Wow.
Nagas. Every time you see a dragon, aren't they around a bunch of riches? Aren't they protecting? Now, aren't they protecting a princess? It's never a dragon killing the princess. He just wants her to protect her.
It's true.
It's
Yeah.
always a white man and say, "Look, I'm gonna go kill the dragon for you. I didn't ask you to kill that dragon." Think about it. The dragon don't like the European. Now you look at all dragons all around the world, serpents all around the world, right? In Europe, that's the only place that they actively go out and try to kill dragons. America
Mm.
worships dragons. Asia worships dragons. Australia worships dragons. Africa worships dragons. The rainbow serpent, Dambala, Oxamare, Raju Jin. We can name 1,000. Kuan Yin, Africa Sekhmet, Wadjet, America Quetzalcoatl, and so many more. Only in Europe do they say, "Oh, the snake's bad," and they push out there, they trick you out the spot, reverse everything's vice versa, right? And tell everybody, "Yo, when you see that, you chop the head off the serpent. You just killed the king snake. The king snake kills all the poison snakes around your house. Now you got a bunch of poison. You just killed all the snakes, and now listen, you're listening to people that tell you to kill the snakes, and the snake is evil. That 400 years ago they were living a black plague with a bunch of rats. They didn't know how to get rid of their rats.
Mm.
So of course they're going to say that a lot of things we do is evil. Remember, they said our jury's evil too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So our jury represents who you are. That serpent represents wisdom, divine
Mm.
wisdom and divine message, divine favor.
Mm.
So all those nothing from nature can be evil. You can't tell me if you say that serpent is evil, then ain't the hawk. The hawk does more killing than the serpent does.
Ooh.
The eagle is the most, like, I don't know where people think that the eagle is honorable. The eagle is the eagle is the perfect example of America. They had the perfect totem animal because it'll take from the smaller animals. It kills things without, you know what I'm saying, for no reason whatsoever. It doesn't. The eagle is not the great animal that people portray it is. If anything, I would go for a hawk or a falcon way before an eagle.
Yeah, eagle
So
was a symbol of the Roman Empire as well, and in the United States is
it
pseudo Roman
represents
Empire.
evil.
Mm, mm,
Yeah,
mm.
everything's just vice versa. The serpent aspect of us, remember, the back of your mind is reptilian. We just had this whole conversation yesterday. But even when it comes to when you start getting to your spiritual awakening, you start meditating, right? You start
Mhm.
meditating. Wait a minute, you might start doing yoga. When you start doing yoga, aren't you doing the Wajjet? That's the Wajjet. Wait a minute, aren't you doing Kundalini? If
Mm.
you're making love the right way, then you tapping into your Kundalini energy. Wait a minute, why do all our ancient ancestors, once they get to that certain level of information and knowledge, they put a serpent on their third eye?
Yeah, that's right. That's
So
right.
the people that's telling you that's evil are following the people that raped and pillared and stole all their land. And you're telling me that mine is evil, but mine didn't go out there and force you to become this.
Mm.
Look, you look. If you didn't become a Christian back in the day, we whooped you, we raped you, we did all these different things, but that's not evil. We having some weird conversations for them to say the serpent's evil.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. One last question somebody asked me to ask you. They said, Dr. Pruitt, please ask Orisha. He has to tell them about the shadows that come with tourmaline and how to work with the shadows, please.
I say, who's this? Yeah. So, look, you can work with the shadows with tourmaline, but I'm gonna tell you another one.
Okay.
Apache Tear and Jet. Jet is the shadow stone.
Mm.
Look into Jet. Jet is a shadow stone that you work with shadows because there's different realms. So
Mm.
you have remember Peter Pan and he used to dance with his shadow and argue with the shadow sometimes. That's actually a real thing. Your shadow
Wow.
self. So yeah, so you can use tourmaline, but the best stone to work with the shadows is Jet.
Okay. Wow. Okay, you said what is his Cash App? Let me bring it back again. It is, and his email. This is his email. It is orishastone.shop@gmail.com. Okay, and then his Cash App, let me bring that up here, is $ Mansa Musa, like you guys know about Mansa Musa Stone, Mansa Musa Stone. Any final things you want to say to the Soul Trap before we get out of here?
Again, I want to thank you guys because, like I said, a lot of people can't even have the conversation. We touching the top of it. We're just in the icing. But when you start talking about intergalactic passports and certain type of technology that you're wearing that can activate you at certain times of the year, once you understand that the calendar's a little out of whack and we get into our own calendar, that's when you're talking to melanated immortals. And then you start understanding, wait, they changed the calendar because they wanted to change the frequency. Now you're
Mm.
celebrating this on this date when you really should have been celebrating on this date. And if you wear this stone on this date, you magnify the energy, magnify your manifestation, magnify your protection, magnify all these different things. And we're trying to figure out why we're out of whack. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for allowing me to come on here and talk about it, because you talk to a lot of different people, they might not understand it. They think it's just flash. They think it's, but tap into, I might not be saying it, articulating the words properly. Tap into Dr. Devil Blair, who breaks it down gracefully. Tap into the curious lore of precious gemstones, which is the 48 laws of power of stones, which means they got this from our ancestors, put it in and compiled it into one book and sold it back to you. But they're telling you, hey, this is what these ancients did with turquoise. This is what these ancients did with carnelian. This is what these ancients did with azurite. They're telling you what the ancients are already doing, and they're telling you that they saw the results from it. We the ones that forgot about it. We the ones that's remembering these things. We got to be reminded. I'm not teaching you anything. I'm reminding you this same stone, you probably had the same stone 500 years ago in your last life. And now you got it just to remind you who you are, because you downloaded all this information. These are record keepers. So thank you for having me, guys.
You're welcome. Arisha Stone what is it?
ArishaStone.shop@gmail.com.
At gmail.com. And now where can they find your work? What, YouTube? You're on YouTube.
Yeah, yes. If you go to YouTube and you go look at the shorts, that's where I'm dropping the most newest pieces. If you go on YouTube and look at the shorts, you'll always see either something I've either just sold or something I've just created. We're in the lab right now, making sure, you know what I'm saying, we also do a lot of different assignments with different people, with Melanated Immortals, with April Gary, pretty soon with Dr. Kira Pruitt. So I'm always trying to create for the investors, everything else, give them something different, and of quality. You know what I'm saying? Luxury is your culture. We got to get back into that. Luxury is your culture. So you can find me on all social media platforms. You can inbox me. Now, you know how social media is. If we're not just friends immediately, then it's going to go into the message, and I might not see your message. I'm not ignoring you. I'm going to get to you as soon as I see it. Or you can hit me up on the page, and that can get faster. You know what I'm saying? Email me or whatever. So Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. YouTube.
Thank you, Soul Tribe. Thank you for the Dr. Kira Pruitt Soul Tribe. Thank you for Arisha Stone's Tribe. Thank you, family. We love you so much. We appreciate you. You all are amazing. Ashe to this beautiful, beautiful, I was going to say service that we had, or discussion that we had. It has really lifted our spirits. Ashe. And what is that, King?
We said a service. This is a Barbados penny. We talking about commodities and artifacts, right? This is a Barbados penny. It says on there, I serve and I'm of service. This is an ancient penny with us on it. We had a crown, feathers, and different stones in it. Look up Barbados penny real quick and see what pops up.
Barbados penny.
When you talk about foreign currency, I like that currency that reminds us of who we are. That whole John Wick universe was created after what they found from the Moors. Their whole system is Moorish. That's why when John Wick went to Saudi, I think he was somewhere in the desert. He had to go talk to the Moor in the middle of the desert.
Let me move this out the way here.
Yeah, Barbados penny.
Okay, I typed in Barbados penny. Let me see what came up here. It says, I got so many tabs up. Okay. No, that's not it. Did I get the right thing up? Hold on. No, let me do it again. Barbados penny. The Barbados, they call it pineapple penny.
Yeah. You can say pineapple penny.
Okay.
You can say pineapple penny. They gotta say everything but the black man with a crown on penny.
1788 Barbados pineapple penny is a privately commissioned copper token featuring a profile bust of an African wearing a plumed coronet with the text "I serve" on one side and a large pineapple with Barbados penny 1788 on the other. It was never official colonial currency. Wow.
They're lying. That's a bunch of lies too, because he's not an African. This is when you look up the Barbados penny, and there's several different ones. It's a whole history of that, and you have to get into the history of Barbados. I'm not gonna paraphrase it right now, but that's a whole nother thing when it comes to the currency. They can't say it wasn't a currency. Well, if you look on there, how much are they trying to sell you that penny for right now? If it's such a fake penny, they're selling them pennies for a couple $100 a piece.
And even the fact that they would go through the trouble of saying it wasn't official currency, why would you?
Okay.
Yeah,
This is
right.
the official currency of Europe, by the way.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
They even go as far as saying this is one of you see the prices on those?
Here's 155. Here's one for 355, 428. Wow.
Oh, okay. It ain't a
Look,
real currency, but they charge you all that for a penny.
here's one for $2,925.
The name of
Wow.
the game is to trick you out your spot. You think it's a penny. You probably sold it for $5, and they trying
Mm,
to sell it for thousands.
mm,
It's called a
mm,
Barbados penny, and it's history in that. I serve and I am of service. That's where they get
mm,
their whole John Wick universe from this society.
mm.
But like I say, we're paraphrasing it. That's something that we all can go back and do the research on. And also,
Yeah.
before we get out of there, what's the spot value of silver, guys? We always got it. What's silver looking like?
What's silver looking like? Let me see. Let's see. Let me go to goldprice.org. Ooh, silver is 68.98 right now.
Every
You want me to
time
show
silver
it?
goes up, your jury goes up too. Especially when you got them Cubans and
Ooh,
the Figaros.
come on, come on. Silver 68.98, gold is 4,603. So you said every time silver goes up, so does your jewelry.
You're wearing your
Excuse me.
wealth. Wear your
Mm,
intentions.
mm. Where you at? You know, it was Arisha Stone that named me the minister of wealth. So
I see.
I owe you a debt of gratitude for that. Thank you
Yes,
so
ma'am.
much. Now I go around saying I'm the minister of wealth
I
because
shall say.
Arisha Stone said so. All right, they're saying it was a great show tonight. We appreciate you,
Same.
fam. Thank you so much. What type of outgoing ritual can we do for tonight? I saw you blow the smoke. Was that one, or do you have a saying you want to say to take us out of here?
No, I mean just manifest well. Stay on your investments. Stay tapped in with Dr. Kia Pruitt, and getting your alignment with her as far as what's going on in the commodity world, the mineral world. Stay ahead of the game. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. You see what's going on with silver right now. This goddess is to give you the information. It's useless to have this information, not utilize this information. She told you how to get in commodities. We've seen it go all the way up several times. So the ritual is to act on it. It's not about talking about it right now. The ritual needs to be us going out and actively getting our riches back, getting ready for this wealth transfer, and not waiting for it to be handed to us, but going out and getting what's rightfully ours. That's it.
That's it. Any shows you got coming up, King?
Today's Friday. Sunday, I'm with Neb Tahaka. And then you know we always doing something, man. I'm a freestyle kid, so whenever I get on, we just be doing our thing. But I got Neb Tahaka coming up. We always doing something on Matriarch Monday. Like they just have to tap in. You know what I'm saying? Follow, subscribe, and then you'll find out who we got on. I don't know who we might have on. We might have Rod Hayes. We might have Sister Myra Moss. We might have Dr. Kia Pruitt. We might have Melanated Motors. I don't know. Look, we're gonna have somebody on there of some value. If they're on the show, they came to serve, and we of service. So peace to the tribe, and thank you again, guys.
You're welcome. Peace to the tribe family. We love you. Why do?
Whatever.
Why do? Bye, family. Love you. Take care. You all are amazing. Thank you so much for joining us. If you sent him a Cash App gift, then I'll have him to shout you out on another time. But please, please show him your gratitude by sending a Cash App to $ Mansa Musa Stone. And if you want your custom piece jewelry like mine here, this is Nefertari here. See the triangle with encased in copper and gold right there, family. Then you can send him an email right here to, where is that? Let me see if I can find that. orishastone.shop@gmail.com. Peace, family. I love you. Take care, and we'll see you on the other side.
She's helping her tribe to realign with wisdom, ancient and new, showing what we all can do.
Shout out to Sister Janine, our chat moderator. We love you so much, Sister Janine. Can't wait to get you on the show to let us know what's been going on. And we will get you on very soon so we can support you. You've been with us for about 6 years or more. And that's a long time to express your love for our show. So you're a big part of this family. We're going to make sure you're taken care of. Sister Janine just went through some trials in her family. You guys know this is a very difficult time in which we're living where people are transitioning. So we're going to show her all the love and support we can. Send some loving, healing, comforting energy to our chat moderator right now, family, if you get a chance. And we're going to bring her on the show in a couple days so we can love her, love on her, and show her our gratitude. She keeps the chat flowing. She is friends with a lot of you in the Soul Tribe. She keeps up with you. She has some of your email. She keeps me updated on what's going on sometimes in the world geopolitically and financially. And she lets me know what's going on with the Soul Tribe. So shout out to Sister Janine. Please make sure you show her some love, family. She's a great friend of the show. Take care, family. We love you. Thank you for joining us. Remember to subscribe to Orisha Stone on the YouTube channel. And if you are so inclined, send him a gift. This was an amazing show to $ Mansa Musa Stone. That's $ MANSAMUSASTONE, Mansa Musa Stone on Cash App. And if you want a custom piece designed just for you, or maybe it resonates with your life path number or your zodiac sign or your intentions, what you intend to manifest, or you want something to deal with an ailment, please send him an email to orishastone.shop@gmail.com. He also has a shop on Melanated Immortals show. She will be on our show Wednesday night at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you subscribe to Melanated Immortals YouTube channel and also go to melanatedimmortals.com because his shop is there as well. I love you, family. Have a good night. Happy Friday. We'll see you on the other side. Peace.